My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of 22 Jump Street. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But trying to think of good comedy sequels is actually really difficult to do. Like, there's The Addams Family Values, Wayne's World 2, Hot Shots Part 2. Um, This is 40 is more of a spin off, and Back to the Future is more sci fi. The Naked Gun 2, Dumb and Dumber 2, Anchorman 2. Anyways, my point is there's very few good comedy sequels. Most of the time, they suck. So, this statement might not mean much, but 22 Jump Street is easily the best comedy sequel ever made. So, let's begin by talking about the cast. And after a rewatch, I can confirm that this is Channing Tatum's best performance. He just carries this movie so perfectly, and his line delivery is just pitch perfect. There's moments that I'm going to be talking about later where he just completely nails it, and I was really impressed just how much he elevates this movie. Then we've got Jonah Hill, and this is another one of his best performances. He just brings this character to life so perfectly, and I also like the romance that he has with Maya in this movie. It's actually very convincing, and yeah, Jonah Hill is great here. Then we've got Ice Cube, and look, he's good in the first movie, but he is truly fantastic here. Um, this might be his best performance, but he is just so funny. That buffet scene is just comedy gold, and he just brought so much life and personality to this character. Wyatt Russell is an actor I really quite like, and I thought he really stood out here. I love how he plays his character, kinda like a dumb jock, but also with a level of sincerity, and yeah, he does a really great job here. Then we've got Amber Stevens, who is likable and charming and funny, and she does a great job. Jillian Bell does a perfectly fine job. Like, she doesn't bring this movie down, but I have never been a big fan of hers. Then we've got Kenny Lucas and Keith Lucas, who are just very funny and entertaining side characters. We've got Peter Stormare, who I typically like, and he doesn't drag this movie down, but he's a very generic and forgettable villain. Nick Offerman is funny in his one or two scenes, and Jimmy Tatchell is so good here. If you haven't seen the show American Vandal, then you need to. But this guy is so funny, and it's nice to see him in a movie like this. And Dax Flame is fine, I guess, but he has almost nothing to do here, which is a real shame. But the cast, for the most part, just completely delivers, and somehow this movie manages to be even funnier than the original. Like, I love how the opening scene is kind of mocking Bad Boys, and then when Janko is like, "My name is Jeff," it's actually so great. I love the Punch Poetry Night that Schmidt attends. I love the entire reveal that Maya is Ice Cube's daughter. Like, that is one of the greatest movie twists ever, and it's so funny in the moment with the lunch and the buffet, but it gets even funnier when Janko finds out and he's freaking out and he's just running around the office. Like, that entire section is, no exaggeration, one of the funniest sections of any movie ever. And I also love the car chase throughout the campus and how they're just destroying everything and the movie is poking fun at that. I love how Schmidt keeps trying to take a bullet for Janko, but he keeps messing up and Janko keeps getting shot. Um, I love when Janko throws the grenade into the helicopter and he says something cool. Like, that's just my kind of humor. And the end credits are no joke the greatest end credits of any movie ever. Just going through all the possible sequel ideas and getting a video game and a TV show and Schmidt getting recasted and then Jonah Hill comes back. Like, it is so self-aware and so clever and so funny that you just leave this movie on the highest of notes. Just utterly pitch perfect. And I love the 29 Jump Street Sunday School. The tagline is "Holy shit." Just so good. So good. I also love just how self-aware this movie is. It's making jokes that it's the same plot again. It's making jokes that they have no originality. And it's making jokes about the higher budget. And it just freshens this movie up. Like, without that self-aware humor, this movie would be good, but it would be more of the same. And that self-aware angle just adds a whole new aspect to this movie that is so desperately needed. I also love how the friendship between Janko and Schmidt continues to be very heartfelt and very sincere. And I love how this movie actually explores how you need differences in friendships. You need some friction. And I find that to be very true in life. And I do think it's explored effectively throughout this movie. And most importantly, you care about these characters. You're invested. So the story really works for me here. It's filled with clever writing, and it's so well directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Like, the way this movie is shot and edited just works so incredibly well. The movie is very fast paced, it flies by, it's incredibly entertaining, and the soundtrack here is actually quite great. It enhances every scene that it's present in. And I kind of miss this era of party movies. Like, this came out 2014. So, like, Neighbors and Project X and, 7 years prior, but Superbad. And there was an era of movies that kind of got you hyped up to party. And now I feel like this kind of movie is dead, so it's nice to see that aspect present in this movie. The movie also has plenty of energy and personality, but I will say that I found the CGI to be very mediocre. Sometimes it is a bit distracting, but everything else in this movie just works so incredibly well. Like, if you want to watch a brand new movie, this isn't that. If you want to watch something that is deep and meaningful, this movie isn't that. It's a buddy cop movie that knows what it is and leans into it as much as possible, and it makes for an incredibly entertaining and hilarious movie. The cast all understood the assignment and fully delivered. The movie is very well directed, and just like the original, this is a movie I could watch in any mood. So I'm giving 22 Jump Street a 9 out of 10. I do believe this movie came out on June 13th, 2014, which was the same day as How to Train Your Dragon 2. So the fact that two of the best sequels ever came out on the same day is just unreal. Also, it came out 1 week after The Fault in Our Stars, a movie that I love, and Edge of Tomorrow, another movie that I love. Like, June 2014, what a month. And just a few weeks before that, we had X-Men Days of Future Past. Unbelievable. And a couple weeks before that, we got Neighbors. 2014, what a year. But 22 Jump Street, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.